Hey guys, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Movies with Numbers in the Title. I've took a break from doing a video, like a day or two because of what happened to Helson 920 on here on YouTube. May he rest in peace. I'm glad you guys are seeing my video. Now it's time to move on, so I'm gonna finish what he started. Here is a review of a 2017 animated film. I'll give you a little hint, and it came out in June, and it did very well, especially worldwide. And it's the highest grossing animated franchise of all time, and that is Despicable Me 3. Yep, I really enjoyed this one. It's not better than the second one, but I still think it's a really good movie, and it has the best villain of the franchise so far. My history with the Minions are this. I liked the first movie. I saw that in the theater. I loved the second movie. I laughed my ass off. I saw it multiple times in the theater and on Blu-ray. The third one was good, but I didn't like Sandra Bullock. I thought she was trying too hard, and she was too old for the voice of that character. And then this one, I like it. It's between it's better than the Minions, and I think it's better than the first one by a smidge, only because I laughed a little more. And the film was a total delight. Basically, this kid named Balthazar Brat, voiced by the great Trey Parker. He was amazing in this movie. I've always loved his voice work ever since South Park. He's a good actor and really funny. And he's a child star that was really big in the 80s. He was this kid on TV that would chew bubble gum and dance and had like robots and stuff. And then he was 3 seasons on the show in the 80s, and then they got canceled when he started, hitting puberty, getting zits and his voice changing and everything. And then he blames, Hollywood for, oh, you screwed me. I could have been big. In the future, but I'm gonna embrace the '80s. He dresses in like an '80s outfit. I love the dance moves he does. He chews bubblegum. He come in the beginning of the movie. He plays Michael Jackson's Bad, which they put in Megamind, which is a lot of fun because I love the '80s. As an '80s kid, this movie was right up my alley. Fuck the critics that thought this movie was garbage. So it got a 61%. I think it deserves more than that. I'm sorry. This doesn't deserve a lower rating than Fembusters. This was very funny. I laughed my ass off in this movie. The Minions, these little guys, these corn pops with eyes, always make me laugh. The scene where they're on like an American Idol show and they're singing, I lost it. I was like, these little things are so entertaining. The scene where they're singing 100 bottles of beer on the wall when they're in a balloon and they're in their jail outfits, that made me laugh. The scenes, where they're with where they see Gru and then he gets fired from the anti-villain league and from the second movie, that's continuity, and they like take a picture and he goes, bleh, one of the Minions. They're funny. They crack me up. I don't think they're annoying. They make me laugh and they make me smile. And not a lot of Pixar movies have these memorable characters that make me laugh. Some of them do, and Inside Out, a couple of the voices made me laugh. But here, I love the voice cast. Steve Carell, he makes me laugh as Gru and as his brother Drew, which Gru didn't know he had a brother, and he has a blonde-haired brother from some, Middle Eastern, not Middle Eastern, my bad, some like European country that he never knew about, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna see my brother. I never knew about him, and then they click, and the film becomes it's a family film. It's very family oriented. The girls are back. Miranda Cosgrove is still fun as what's it called, Margot, and the voice of Edith is cute. And they had a new voice for what was it? Uh, Agnes. Yeah, is a different voice actress, but I didn't notice. She's still very cute, and she just makes me smile. And Kristen Wiig has finally been redeemed. A year ago, she did that shitty Busters movie, which I don't blame her for. In this movie, she made me laugh, and I love her voice. I love how beautifully feminine her voice is. It's so sexy, and they wasted it in Fembusters. She's like, I'm a professor at Princeton, and I don't give a fuck about my performance. Blah blah blah. That's because of Paul Feig's bad directing and the shitty script. Here, she is fun. She's tougher than in the second movie because I loved her in the second movie as Lucy. And in this one, she's being a mom figure for their 3 adopted kids. I think she's really, energetic, and she's, having a great time with the rest of the cast. And I was like, thank you. You gave Kristen Wiig her soul back because it was stolen from her in Fembusters. Fuck that movie. This is how Kristen Wiig should be acting. And I've always found her sexy. I love seeing her on screen. She's a beautiful woman, can act. She's funny, and she has a great voice for animation. The animation's really good. I love the animation in this movie. The soundtrack is kick ass. This is one of the best soundtracks of 2017 after Guardians 2. It really is. It's a lot of 80s music. I loved it. I was like, this is real music, man. It's not like in the CW shows or in Suicide Squad where they put a rap song that doesn't belong there. Yeah, they don't do that here. And by the way, this movie homages the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not bullshitting you. The end of this movie, Gru and Balthazar, they do a dance off just like freaking Star Lord did when he was dancing at the end of Guardians 1 next to a Ronan. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, dance off, baby. I love that. I was smiling. I'm like, you got me. This is one of my favorite movies of 2017. I laughed. I was charmed by the animation. I love the cast. I think the film is very funny. It's not a shitty, it's not just fart jokes and queef jokes and freaking throw up jokes. It has a plot, and the plot worked. I still think the second one is funnier because that ending just made me die laughing. And the film pretty much sets up